Dead men tell no tale.
Greetings, and welcome to another episode of Pirates 365. Now, first off, I'd like to apologize for the gap in uploads. I had intended on uploading a lot of videos while I was at Disneyland last week, but I had filmed footage and then I wasn't happy with some of it, so I figured I'd film when I get home, so I'm back at home, and I'm going to include footage that I use at the parks. So I wanted to do a trip report of the various Pirates things I experienced at the Disneyland Resort. And one of the biggest things I witnessed was the Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales preview at California Adventure. Now, I know many of you had suggested that I go see this, and I wasn't not going to because it's Pirates, of course. But I'm so happy that I went to go see the preview that they showed. The preview's at the Sunset Theater in California Adventure in Hollywoodland. And as you'll see in the footage that I took, there's huge posters up for the film. There's even a theater standee. And then there's a pre-show area where they play some featurettes for the film, and they also have the costumes of Karina, Jack, and Henry, and then the Trident of Poseidon. But moving on to the actual clip, this is going to contain spoilers, so ye be warned, mates. But the clip is amazing. This is honestly the first time I had seen this footage for the film. It's really a big chunk sequence from the beginning of the film. It starts off in St. Martin, and Karina's in jail. She is talking to like a judge, and while they're talking, Karina unlocks herself from her shackles. She knocks the judge down with the door, she runs out, and then she ends up being chased by Navy men, military men, because everyone suspects that she's a witch. And then the main part of the sequence is the mayor of St. Martin unveiling the first St. Martin Bank. And if you read the novelization, the scene is very familiar, but it was so fun to get to see it on screen. So they unveil the bank, and they're saying like no man can penetrate this bank wall. They open it up, and Jack's inside, and he's sleeping, and one of the audience members says, "Pirate!" And he goes, "Pirate. Pirate." And he wakes up, and there's a funny sequence because Jack was in there with the mayor's wife. But all the while, Marty, Gibbs, Scrum, and the rest of Jack's crew are in the process of stealing the bank, like the actual building itself. So they end up stealing it. Jack is kind of standing there looking awkward, but he has a rope tied to his foot, so he gets dragged away with the building. So there's various shenanigans going on. Jack has some great lines. I love the part where Jack and Karina are on the roof, and Jack says, "You need to scream." And then he pushes her off the building, and she says, "Filthy pirate," and he's like, "No need for name calling." And so we get to see Jack finally meeting up with Gibbs and crew, and he's on top of the bank building. Then there's a bridge coming up, and so Jack goes, "Bridge?" And so it shows him like from the trailer running up over it, but then it cuts to footage from the film. That's like a trailer almost, where it shows a lot of the familiar things we've seen, but then we also see new things like Karina holding the ruby, and it's showing like the path of where the trident is on that island. And then we get to hear Will say, "Stay away from Jack, and my coast will never be broken." And then what's exciting, and I'm surprised they showed this in the preview, is Salazar holding the trident, and he's like sending waves to hit Jack, and Jack's hiding behind a rock. So all in all, they showed a lot in this preview. It was really exciting. I'm so glad I got to see it, and I went back 3 times. So yeah, I will see you soon with a brand new video. Thanks for your support as always, and remember, dead men tell no tales. Ta.